Dad. If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old capital? Why did you let him die and make him unable to come back to me? Zeta! Sorry. I couldn't protect him. I'm sorry. Don't listen to what Zeta is saying. She doesn't understand. We've never blamed you.
Ethel, Kakaitis used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years.
This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves.
Oh.
Hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero.
She's Grim Vulture,
No one
ain't she?
asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught. The weak survived.
Oh my god.
This is a new Eridu, built by weaklings. It's ordered.
I need more than a conversation. Fix to repair this situation. A million times for a big dissection. Dig it, drill it, smash it, reveal it. My hands get dirty. Shove it, it rains again, my lord. This is once but a day. It turns out the best thing. This will be a better place for us to live. Sister, brother, look at my heart. Believe the hammer, break the trigger. We don't need a leader, all the ones. We are all together, much more stronger. We will rock where we get stone. From block to bone, I bet you know. Working hard all day long. We're all together, you will be alone. Come on.
Welcome back to the best agent quest in the whole game so far. I mean, this quest with Charon is really good. You leave the Remembered Stay event with Charon and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. The showdown is about to begin. Proxy, thank you for accompanying me this far. In the upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Do you have any strategy in mind, Charon? To be honest, there isn't a fully viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable enemy alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us, while we have very few opportunities to land a hit. Wouldn't that mean we'd be easy prey? Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or expose their position is always the loser, but I believe there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we can turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I can outmatch her at a critical moment, she'll lose her composure. That will be the only instant she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be the superior sniper, but I will surpass her and make this strategy succeed. To win this battle despite the overwhelming disadvantage, Please, entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you, as my companion, to support me. Entrust your back to me as well. Yes, I will. I will protect you. So please, also provide me with your guidance. Well, it might seem like I'm killing the mood by saying this now. Please, be careful. Grim Vultures really intend to take our and Charon's lives. We'll definitely come out victorious. I'll do my best to assist you. Let's put an end to this once and for all.
I've got your back. I am.
Don't just think. I'll help pick. Ready for standing by. You and you. This is the path I follow. Charon, look! Another communicator.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad, lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me. The fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just... you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. While I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me. Pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
Do you really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you? Playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture! Forgive on
behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with new Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then, but you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here!
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
God damn, that dialogue, that back and forth was actually pretty damn good.
You made it here. Let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Nox, Cartus, Impera, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous? Our lives were discarded in such an absurd way, like a kindergarten election for class monitors.
Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already...
You still care about them? Or should I say... It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them.
It's over. There's no time to lose.
Time to quick shot!
Why not leave their faces an unsolved mystery?
I think Anby just
I'll
got
take
shot
the
in the
wind and
face.
rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave. No one will hear your screams and cries as you die.
Are one with the wind.
Supporting position.
By the time the rain stops, the only thing left I wonder, do you remember the weather on the day the old capital fell?
That might be a dead end, so I'm gonna
It
stop.
wasn't heavy rain like now, but the sky was just as dark. Both your teammates and mine, they all perished in a place like this.
Let's keep moving.
I don't think we should keep moving. We'll miss the dialogue.
I guess I'm actually doing something good.
God, the ramblings of a mad woman.
Because if I let you and your teammates die here, maybe you'll be reunited. Aww. You should be grateful. I'll make sure you die just as painfully as your teammates did.
Grim Vulture, are you in pain?
Don't you get it? I'm the one in charge of this conversation. I haven't given you permission to ask questions.
I can sense your suffering. It's...
Shut it!
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case, I figured this was gonna... Yep, since you're spawning a bot... Oh, she really is up there! Oh, that's cool!
Determination deserves praise! Now,
I thought I saw her earlier when she tried to shoot at me one time.
My blade is already sheathed.
That's actually cool. She really is up there taking pot shots. It's not just bullets coming out of nowhere.
only way to put it. What sniper would ever confront their enemy head on? I prepared a little gift for you. I made this dangerous ethereal by abducting and corrupting a high-ranking officer. It wasn't easy luring it here. You can play with it for a while. As for me, I'll watch you from above, waiting for the moment to slip up. Then I'll put a bullet right through your heart.
Okay, we can finish it now.
This bullet will reach its mark.
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
Is she gonna ricochet her shot?
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes.
She got a heart shot.
Wake up!
She got hit in the shoulder.
What's this?
Oh my god. After the gunshot, the hollow falls silent once more, leaving only the countless biting raindrops, attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words, while the defeated still has the energy to converse.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now, I I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy? Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle, they are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal, but I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the defense force after you came to. Just like me, I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to 0, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar, yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. But you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes.
Charon doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels beside Grim Vulture, picks up the bullet-marked harmonica, and begins playing a melody titled Homecoming. The melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes, in her final moment.
It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
The melody of Homecoming plays on as the girl endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise with the sound of the rain. As the last note fades amidst the relentless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath. Holy shit, nah. She has the best quest. No, that's it. She has the best quest. Dude, that was a dark ending, but just the image of seeing Grim Vulture just there with blood actually pouring out. Like, wow, I love this direction. This is such a good quest. You rescue the kidnapped people. Leave the hollow anonymously. You rescue the kidnapped people. Leave the hollow and anonymously report things to public security and update the Shepherd on the situation. This series of tasks that need to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. After requesting to meet the client with Shepherd, you receive his message, calling you to Port Elpis. Proxy, you've arrived at the port. According to Shepherd, he, the client, and the rescued Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Let's go talk to them. Is something bothering you? Proxy, you noticed, even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought, when the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waited for her sight to be clear. and then resume sniping. If she had done that, I would have no chance of winning. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take an action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me, despite the blind spot. Doesn't this just prove your strategy was successful? But after realizing that she actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something that she deliberately led me into? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal, and she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation. I believe that was her intention. Her feelings must have been complicated. Roxy, you told me that Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea. What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Sorry. I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. He's still alive and hasn't become another of Grim Vulture's victims. I suppose that's the best news we could have. Although I already understand that the client's true identity is not my teammate, and may not bring the hope I've longed for, I still want to face him. Okay, let's go. Shepard and Jesse seem to be exchanging tips about working in the internet intelligence trade. When he notices you want to talk to Jesse, Shepard cuts the conversation short and moves to a spot farther away.
We meet again. How should I put it? You saved my life again. I really don't know how to thank you.
Are you okay?
Physically, I wasn't hurt much, but my mood is complicated. Being kidnapped by the same person twice? Maybe my intellect isn't very suited for being an information broker. I'm already considering a career change. Looking back now, someone was truly wanting to kill me. Then there wouldn't have deliberately knocked me out again and left me to rest. Wait, looking back now, someone who truly wanted to kill me then and there wouldn't have deliberately knocked me out again and left me to be rescued. But at the time, I was just relieved to have survived. Never even suspected Zoe. When she suddenly showed up at my door claiming to have important information, I was completely unprepared. So I ended up being captured and tied up.
What happened next?
She no longer hid and played the hunting game with me, but instead, she stood directly in front of me, pointing her gun, and revealed the true reason she wanted to kill me. The events of the fall of the old capital are something I don't want to remember. I know I'm a coward. At the most critical moment, I chose to retreat along with the rest of the troops. But if you had seen that rapidly expanding Hollow Zero in person, you would have been terrified too. The moment you stepped inside, death was certain. Every soldier present knew that. My actions during the fall of the old capital are a stain on my career in the Defense Force. When I learned Zoe's true identity, I thought that being killed by her here would be nothing less than what I deserved.
But she didn't kill you.
Yeah, no matter how resigned I was, when I was about to be killed, I was still terrified, so I desperately begged her for mercy. She didn't pull that trigger. I mustered the courage to meet her gaze, only to find her eyes empty, looking at me as if I were an insect. She raised her gun, emptied the bullets into the ceiling, and walked away. It's meaningless. Those were the last words she said to me. Tell me, back then, outside Hollow Zero, when we judged that our current forces couldn't stop the disaster and chose to retreat, did we really make the wrong choice?
I don't know.
What's the point of asking you anyway? What answer was I hoping to hear from you? Anyway, thank you. At the very least, because of this incident, I'm afraid I'll never forget the nightmare of the old capital's fall, nor the moment Zoe looked at me with those eyes.
It's you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for finding a soldier who could take down Zoe. Are you okay? My ribs are fractured. I'm here today, barely holding on, just to thank you in person. I was too foolish. I never even considered the possibility that Zoe was the perpetrator. On the way home from the ballet twins, we walked together. She easily knocked me unconscious from behind and brought me to the hovel again. If I had known earlier that she was the perpetrator, I would have killed her. Right then and there. That friend of yours. Zoe tied me up in the room in the Port Elpis Hollow, told me her reasons for killing. I was about to shoot me, but all I could think about was that she had kidnapped my friend. I kept questioning her. Back then, outside the hollow, my friend and I were both part of the reinforcement troops. I indeed felt the situation was dire and voted to retreat, but my friend, she voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, you should have just killed me. Where is she now? I didn't even care about the gun pointed at my throat, just repeating these few sentences over and over, until she admitted that she killed my friend. I'll never forgive her. Even if choosing to retreat was my mistake, even if she carried the pain of losing her companions, I had only one thought: to take her down with me. But you survived. Yes, I couldn't break free from the ropes, couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over and over, begging her to kill me. But she didn't. She pinned me to the ground and beat me half to death, but stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her returning the gaze with even greater hatred, her face streaked with tears. Why would scum like you even care about their companions? She kicked me twice with all her strength, and then left with those words. How many innocent lives has she taken? How many families have been torn apart because of her? And she dares to call me scum. Now that she's dead, there's no point in saying anything more. My friend is never coming back, and I can never forget the fall of the old capital, nor the series of nightmares that have followed recently. If I meet her again in hell after I die, then I'll settle the score with her. Until that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. Anyway, thank you.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years. But it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape. I thought we were going to listen to it.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
Wait, with us? I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Nathan takes a step back. Charon looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly. You gently hold her hand, feeling the warmth and strength in her palm. She presses the play button.
Hey, hello? All right, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations on your 1,000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that sticks. A reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our Liar Squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
Not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. When it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something. Because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe, it's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
The old cassette plays a familiar tune. Its sound crisp and clear, as though it was recorded just yesterday. When the music fades, the tape goes silent. You turn to the woman who calls herself Charon, as she desperately wipes away uncontrollable tears. The harbor wind ruffles her hair, and then, at last, she lifts her head.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Yes. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes. Crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything.
After meeting with Nathan, you spend a long time with Charon at Port Elpis, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word, because you both know it'll be soon time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to 6th Street with her.
Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
It's no trouble at all. To be honest, Belle and I have been a bit lost lately because of some personal matters. But meeting you has felt somehow comforting. Don't you think, Belle?
Exactly. We got something out of the experiences we shared. At the very least, it's brought us clarity. I guess our wills have always been aligned, haven't they?
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that... comrades.
Okay, I don't know why that was weird. There was a bit of a cut there.
Please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my code name. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's code name. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my code name, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her code name, because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true code name is...
You don't have to tell me right now.
At the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
Your new goal? Are you going to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
That's what I thought. If that's the case, then for now, we probably shouldn't learn your true codename, or lean on each other too much.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No. We might walk different paths. Those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
You know, I gotta interject for a second to say that I'm really hoping whenever we get finding Carol Arna, whatever the hell her name was, when we find her and everybody learns the truth that Wise and Belle are practically like her students, well, they are her students, but practically her children, I really hope that the people that have worked alongside us do not just switch up and be like, oh, she was your teacher? Fuck you. Like, after everything the proxies have done, after everything they've done for the agents in the game, they should not so easily switch up. I can imagine them being mad and upset, but they've been good people. So if that happens, I'm gonna be really upset.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet, that feeling, we're nowhere near strong enough to protect you, and we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
Without a second thought or hesitation, Charon takes hold of each of your hands and brings them together at her chest.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename. I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll meet again, Charon.
You watch the woman who calls herself Charon walk farther and farther away. A Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Force's Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Ah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back. Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base. Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Obel Squad. As for my codename, Trigger, I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
Things have come to an end, Belle. Do you think we'll ever see Charon again? For sure. Yeah, I hope so too. We must grow, get stronger, and gain greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her then, we must hear her real code... What the hell? Hear her real code name! Exactly. However, after hearing about the connection between Charon and Grim Vulture, I can't help but feel a bit sad. Two people with the same fate ended up walking completely different paths, becoming enemies. Well, if We also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate, but now walk completely different paths, with opposing goals, forced to be enemies. What would you choose to do?
I would seek mutual understanding.
That really sounds like something you'd say. Well, Belle, if that time ever comes, let's seek mutual understanding with the other party together. Phaethon should face everything together, right? After everything that's happened, I'm feeling a bit tired. You just feel the same, right, Belle? We'll get more and more commissions from the Shepherd from now on. Well, we take a short break while we can.
Oh my god. Nah, for real? Trigger's story quest is the absolute best one in the whole game, dude. This is the best one. This was awesome. It was so good. You know, really just from looking at Trigger when she was revealed, from like weeks and then officially revealed, I really thought that Trigger wasn't going to be an interesting character just from her design. But thanks to the help of her English voice actress being Erica Mendez, just her quest and everything was really good. She really is a good character. Definitely up there with one of my favorite characters. God, that quest was amazing to play through. And it's even gone down the darker parts of the story. And seeing that that was a quest that was before the game, like, you know, started, like, that was one of their very first jobs. Trigger is one of their very first friends that they made from this business. That was seriously that was just an amazing quest. I absolutely loved playing through that entire quest. And I hope we get more really good quests like that one. And for now, that's it. Now we can also finally continue with the main story, which, if I want to keep this previously and coming up music and pictures and whatever, just for a little longer, we're going to be pushing with these hangout events. So we're going to go from peak to simple time.